Hey there, my name is Dan Jackson. I'm the Queer Strength Coach, and I help gay and queer people and all around decent human beings navigate the fitness world and finally get results that they can sustain without the aid of a coach. And I use this using the Queer Strength Foundation formula. In a second, I'm going to introduce you to Will, and he's going to share a little bit of his story about how he overcame self-doubt, got more confident, and stronger in the last 6 months. If his story resonates with you, stick around till the end, and I'll show you how to be a part of the same Queer Strength crew that Will was a part of.
I wasn't sure how this was going to go at all. Like, I genuinely had no idea how this was going to go.
That's fair.
In the background. I've never worn like a mini personal mic before. I feel famous.
I mean, this is like less about me and more about you. This is Will. Thanks for taking the time. We've been working together for the past 6 months. It's been an awesome 6 months, and I know that for a reason because it's flown by in like the blink of an eye. We started a little bit before Thanksgiving up till now, and just wanted to take a few minutes to get a little bit more of your story. What were some of the things you were trying to accomplish before we started working together that you weren't quite able to do by yourself?
I think the biggest thing I was trying to accomplish for honestly years at this point was just to build some kind of a routine, to have some kind of workout routine, exercise routine that felt consistent. I would go to classes a lot, big spin guy, yoga guy, had a gym membership, but just never got into a routine that it never felt consistent enough. Anything on top of that too, I had this in my head. I'm like, I want to build strength. I want to look better. I want to feel confident in that way. And it's these warring things of I'm struggling to build the consistency, but I also want the results.
So you saw the disconnect of you had all the resources, you knew where you wanted to get to.
Yeah.
What do you feel like was the gap that needed to get filled?
Maybe this is putting it too plainly and bluntly, but I think I just needed someone kind of to tell me what to do and encourage me. I think I needed an outside party to tell me hey, this is what it could look like. I've tried working with trainers before and had just some, I wouldn't call them bad instances, but just it felt like there was a disconnect there too between coaching philosophy and how I operate and what I was working towards. It felt a lot more here's a problem we're solving versus here's something we're building together. So the first ever time I worked with a coach or trainer, I was fresh out of college. So I was 22 at this point. Had never really worked out in college, so had no routine whatsoever. Got a gym membership because it was in walking distance of my apartment.
Always nice.
And said, perfect, that makes so much sense. And they offered me a complimentary training session. And I just remember him asking me what are some limitations you have or whatever. And I talked a lot about how I had shoulder pain and neck pain and stuff. And he said, oh, it's probably because your head is too heavy for the muscles in your shoulders. He said, your shoulder and back muscles probably are not strong enough to hold up your head. And I said, oh, cool, what do you want me to do about that?
Right, that fitness industry in a nutshell. These are all the problems that you have. Good luck.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I was learning anything from it. I didn't feel like I was building a practice or a routine. I felt like we would do a series of workouts and exercises. He'd fist bump me and say, good job, then I would leave. I feel like he was just telling me what to do and not teaching me how to do it in some ways, and not teaching me what it meant to do what I was doing. It was just kind of cool, come in, we're doing this routine, go, execute, And that was great, but it wasn't sustainable. So that was the sustainability piece.
Right. Yeah. It sounds like you were at a pivotal moment or age where you were already considering some changes.
I had gotten into a routine of, again, taking classes, whether it was spin or conditioning or yoga classes, where I felt like I was doing those frequently enough that it felt consistent, but I felt like I was lacking motivation and guidance outside of that. And I'm I know myself, I'm a self-starter in a lot of ways, but in some things I just need that external push. I was ready to make that change, and I knew I'm not going to be able to do this on my own, at least to start.
And so where you started to where you are now, what are some of the biggest differences and changes that you've noticed?
Again, you can decide if this is the right answer or not, but I think an example is I went to the gym this morning. We're done with our programming, and I went to the gym and did a full workout just on my own. And it's not and I've done workouts before you, it's not like you stand over me telling me what to do, but I always have felt like there's the crutches there, but it's felt more like guardrails as opposed to like telling me what to do step by step. And I think that's really built a strong scaffold for me to feel like, I mean, I'm excited to go to the gym. Like I go to bed at night being like, oh, I get to go to the gym in the morning. I'm so excited. Like it doesn't feel like a task that I have to go do. Like, oh, I know exactly what to do here because Dan showed me what to do and told me how I could do it. And also one of the last things you said in our last consultation, you even said, and you can take other things that don't serve you, add other things in, move things around. And I even did a little bit of that and changed things of like, here's what I think would actually feel right for me today. And I think it's like empowering to feel like I have that control over building my own programming now. Yeah. It went from something that felt like scary, like I won't lie, like in our first week or two, you're like, okay, cool, go forth, go to the gym, figure it out. And it was scary the first couple times. And then it was like, oh, wait, I know what I'm doing. Yeah. I went through like a cycle once and said, okay, actually, I know what to do now. I wasn't sure how this was going to go at all. Like, I genuinely had no idea how this was going to go.
That's fair.
It was going to happen. It's not that I doubted you, obviously, or doubted the program. I think I doubted myself.
Can you speak a little bit more on what helped you overcome that?
I think it was two things. I'm thinking one external, one internal. I think externally, I mean, working with you as a coach and having those semi-regular check-ins was really helpful because I think in my mind, a check-in with your coach felt like, okay, we're going to see if you're doing everything I ask and we're going to see if you're doing it well. And it felt a lot more from the first one. I was like, oh, this is so much more of like, how are you feeling about it? And like a lot of, I don't even know if I would call it positive reinforcement. I think even if I had no idea how, like, if I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but just the feeling of, oh, this is a space to learn rather than a space to like grade and critique and say, are you passing or not? It was more of, hey, you're doing it. How does it feel? I think that was really helpful from like an external factor. The internal piece, I think, was as I started to see results, that became incredibly motivating. And by results, I mean, I don't think I actually saw a lot of physical results until the last couple weeks. That were like actively noticeable. I think the physical feeling was noticeable pretty immediately, but just going up in weight, even if it was like 5 pounds on dumbbells, like from 1 week to the next. I think I was looking back as I was sort of compiling my notes as I build my own programming now, seeing where I started versus where I am is really insane to think about. It's not like, oh, it's becoming easier, it's getting harder, whatever it is. It's, oh, I'm just making progress. And you can't deny that if you're lifting 20s 1 week and then a month later you're lifting 40s, you can't deny that something has changed.
You talked about the strength numbers going up. Is there anything else that you feel that has dramatically changed besides you're now looking forward to going to the gym, you are building your own workouts and basically coaching yourself?
I feel like I have a lot stronger understanding and like a better relationship with my body, like as a system that functions.
Amazing.
I think like we had a couple of weeks where I had something going on with like my wrist and hand, but I feel like I'm not, it's going to sound weird, but it's like I'm not scared of that. I'm like, I want to be curious about that and see like, okay, how can I make myself feel okay and also work around it and like continue to feel strong. And it's not this like black and white of like either you're on or you're off. It's, hey, okay, you're on and maybe you need to adjust something. And I feel like I'm a lot more in tune with my body now, which has been really exciting, that I'm not just kind of like a passenger that like, oh, cool. I feel like, I don't know, it's cool to like get to, I don't know how to say it, other than it's cool to get to know your body better as you like grow up. Because I also feel like you go through so many changes from like 20s to 30s.
Totally.
And I'm like, as I'm exiting my 20s, it's like, oh, cool. I actually like want to get to know like the body that I live in.
Do you have anything in terms of advice or words of encouragement for anyone watching this right now and contemplating, I want to make a change, I'm just not sure if A, I can do it, or if B, working with the career strength coach is the right move for me?
I think my advice would be do what I did, and when the moment, it doesn't have to feel like, yes, this like eureka, everything's changing and I have to do it, but when you have the impulse in the moment of maybe I should reach out, do it. That's why I reached out. If you feel the urge to reach out and just inquire.
Yeah.
You're just asking a question.
Right.
You're just seeing what it's like. Even just doing an initial consultation, you're just gathering information. I'm also like qualifying you as my coach. Like, is this someone that I want to work with as well?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think I was worried it would be a space that held judgment. And that was my biggest thing holding me back for so long. And if queer strength coach is not the correct mode of coaching,
Totally.
you still at least have the conversation, and maybe it helps you get one step closer to what does feel right. You will always sit there and wonder, what would it have been like? And that's what I was thinking for the longest time. Because like I said, I've followed your account for a while. I've wanted to reach out for a while. And I'm always thinking like, oh, it'd be so cool to like do something like that. And it's like, why am I thinking this when I could just see what it's like?
If you're thinking about it, if you're talking about it with your friends, even if you don't work with me, like get the process started.
This is an endorsement of Queer Strength Coach, by the way.
I appreciate that, but this is also an endorsement to taking action.
Yes.
So, I do appreciate you taking a little bit of time and going over your journey. It's been, like I said, super awesome to see not like just your physical growth in the last 6 months, but obviously like the mental and emotional and psychological growth. It's been pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's like great to feel like I've built muscle, and like I do like looking at that in the mirror, of course. But at the same time, it's also great to recognize that in myself too. And like having people, it's almost, I'm not going to lie, having people say like, dude, your arms look jacked, that's great. But also I've had friends say like, you just seem so much more confident. And like that is just as impactful for me.
Amazing. And do you feel that yourself?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and I don't feel like it's, to me too, I feel like it's not like, oh, I was doing something wrong before. That I'm not like placing worth on myself because of this, but I am proud of myself for it. I'm placing like joy and pride in it, but not saying like I'm necessarily more or less worthy because of something, if that makes sense.
Totally. I think it's worth feeling proud of yourself for seeing something like a 6-month process through.
Yeah.
I think you should feel proud of yourself. And I think like you said, like all of the trial and error are what led you to this point where you can feel proud of yourself. So kudos to you. Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Dan.
I appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Hey there, welcome back. If Will's story resonated with you and you're ready to take action, below is a link to my calendar in the description of this video. Jump on that, answer a few questions, and we'll hop on a quick call to see how we can get you the same results that Will got. Can't wait to chat with you, and thanks again for watching.